Hey there YouTube, I'm Bubbins, and today I wanted to check out the rarest titles in Final Fantasy XIV. My rarest is apparently Stormbringer, which you get for doing 100 provisioning missions for the Maelstrom. It's got a 9.8% collection rate despite being added in patch 2.0 with something like 10,000 characters or so having it. For context, all of this data is from the website FFXIV Collect, and the data is driven by people who have tied their characters to the website. From the most common title, we can guess that something like 106,000 players are the sample in this data. So whether you're just curious or want to get one of these yourself, let's dive into the 10 rarest titles in the entire game. I've talked about the Bring Your S Game 6 achievement in other videos before. Slaying 5,000 S-rank elite marks is no joke and takes a ton of dedication. If you really want to hit that mark, you're going to have to be ready to drop everything at a moment's notice to rush off to find the latest alert. It's no surprise that only 0.4% of players have this, because that's a heck of a lot of effort. With a lot of patience, getting Olympian is possible. In short, all you have to do is complete 20 runs of the Shifting Gymnasium Aganon, from Time-Worn Ophio Toro Skin maps. Why did they make this so hard to say? Mostly it's a pain because you'll likely need help from others, but at least the game doesn't care whether it's your run or not, specifically meaning whether you get the loot. Y'all, I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about Mahjong or how the Mahjong rating system works in Final Fantasy, but for the Mahjong Master achievement and title, you need at least a rating of 2,000, whatever that means or involves. Invoker of Gods. What a cool ass title. The treasure hunt title asks you to complete the Shifting Altars of Uznair 20 times, so this is the same deal as Olympian, except the time-worn Gazelle Skin maps can actually open portals to 2 different locations, making this one just a little harder to complete. And by a little harder, I mean a lot harder. It's when you have to win a 50-50, it's so much harder. It's hard enough convincing myself to play Verminion just for the weekly challenge log against bots, let alone play and win 300 Verminion matches against actual people. But hey, if you want the rare Lord or Lady of Verminion title, by all means, go for it. Ascendant Ascetic? Ascetic? Is that how you say that? Is it Ascetic? I don't know. I should have Googled it. But this is a new title, obviously, requiring you to complete the Another Mount Rockin Savage Criterion Dungeon. Good luck. Now we start getting into the really questionable titles. Hoarder, for example, here asks you to do something I can't even imagine anyone doing. Didn't even know this was an achievement, but I can see why basically no one has it. 10,000 pieces of the accursed hoard is absolutely wild. I can't even imagine how long this would take, because you can get, one sometimes on each floor. Getting 10,000 of them? I can't even imagine doing 10,000 floors, let alone 10,000 floors that have accursed hordes. This treasure hunt title, the Luckiest of Ladies / Lords, is unlike the other two as it requires beating the hidden canals of Uznair 20 times. But you need time-worn Thieves maps, which only come from treasure coffers inside the Lost Canals of Uznair or the Shifting Altars of Uznair. So basically you need to use the time-worn Gazelle Skin map, have a portal open, run through Uznair, and hope that one of the treasure chests has another type of map in it, then decipher that map, hope the map opens a portal, and then you need to beat that completely 20 times. Woof. What? Who is out here grinding 20,000 pieces of the accursed hoard? I thought the last one was bad. I'm genuinely baffled that this achievement exists, let alone the fact that somehow 32 people have had the determination to do it. What kind of glutton for punishment? 20,000 pieces of the horde? Right now, the rarest title is a new one from 6.45 called Forbidden Blue, which requires you to complete Eden's Gate, Eden's Verse, and Eden's Promise on Savage with a party of only blue mages, Silence Echo turned on, and Unrestricted Party turned off. It probably won't remain this rare given enough time. The previous version of this for the Omega raids has a rarity of 1.4%, so much higher than even number 10 on this list. As a disclaimer, in the interest of having a good list, I've excluded time-limited titles. Otherwise, most of the top 10 would be dominated by Crystalline Conflict, which rewards the top 150 and top player in any given season. With each season having 3 titles, and these being so limited, you can imagine why they're so rare. And then there's the regional championships, which are just a whole nother level, and it's a lot of stuff that most people in the world have zero chance of ever getting, so I decided to ignore those. As a matter of fact, even with that, 6 out of the 10 titles would have been PvP related, so I'll just quickly display those rare PvP titles here and explain how to get them. It has a much smaller player base than the base game, so naturally those titles are rarer, and I think the list would be significantly less interesting if it was 60% just go win PvP matches. Anyway, please make sure to leave a like or subscribe, as a small channel it really does help me out a bunch. If you want to directly support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, or you can become a member right here on YouTube. For now though, I think that's it. I'll see you next time.